Tracy Bishop, as he mentioned, from Boise, Idaho. And after 30 years, you might be wondering, why is she picking open houses? Why is she talking about open houses? It's just ancient history, and we're tired of it. We can do social media, we have AI, all these other exciting things that are out there. And I want to let you know that I built this business. Over $2 billion worth of real estate sales. 270 closed transactions last year, $238 million in volume. And year after year after year, millions of dollars in GCI from the open houses. For me, they're the foundation. And what I can't do from our social, from asking AI how to do things, is I can't actually make a connection. And what I can do at an open house is that I can meet people. And from that authentic meeting, I can grow a database. I can help people to buy and sell homes. So my point of today is to give you 3 key points that we do when we prepare for our open houses. That's going to give you the how. How do we do this? How do we prepare? Because if you're a new agent, that starting point is like, where do I start? And if you're a seasoned agent and you're just looking to just refresh your skill set, getting some of these reminders always gives us a great starting point. After we go over the 3 things that we do to prepare for an open house, I'm going to talk a little bit more about what we do in our open houses that make them successful, including the follow-up after the fact. So I have to check my timer. Okay, I might have to look down a little bit to see where we are. Starting with the 3 things that we do to prepare for an open house is you need to know the home that you're going to. What I learned is that when agents just show up, kind of like you see the actresses in the movies showing up saying, I'm going to sell this house, vacuuming, opening curtains, but not really having a path or a pattern that they're going to follow, nothing happens. So the first thing that we want to do is have these 3 things done and master them. We want to know where we're going. Pretty simple. You look at your MLS sheet. You want to know everything about that house. Bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, land size, schools. Well, all of that's in your MLS sheet, but don't stop there. What will make a difference on your conversions is knowing a little bit more that you might have to get from the listing agent if you're not the listing agent, or interviewing the seller before they leave. How old is the roof? Where is the furnace? What kind of siding is on the house? Things that people are going to ask you will build that trust. I like to relate it to walking into a retail store. Every one of us have had the experience that when we go shopping, we go in and we think the salesperson should be knowledgeable, should be able to tell us where this product is, what this product is, how it works. And when you go in and there's a salesperson that's not knowledgeable, it's a terrible experience. You don't buy in that store, you leave, and you never go back again, or you certainly avoid that person. Think of your open house as being your retail store. If you know everything about it before that open house starts, you're going to end up building the trust of those people who come in. So once you have that baseline, they are going to want to not only converse with you, give you information, but they're also likely to buy from you and to refer to you in the future, the same way you would out of a retail store. So while it may seem like it's a waste of time to be that prepared, we can just show up and figure it out as we go, if you know this ahead of time, it's going to lead to great success. Second thing we want to do is know the same thing about the neighborhood. If you know your neighborhood, maybe it's an HOA, it has a community pool, it has these amenities. Know those costs, know the pros and cons about the neighborhood, the schools, maybe there are pathways that lead you to foothills trails, whatever it is, know that neighborhood like an expert. When people come in and you know why you're selling this house, you can intrigue them and get them engaged, and perhaps they might want to buy that house based on things they didn't know before they walked in the door. So we know our house, we know our neighborhood, and then we need to know what a salesperson needs to know. The basics any neighbor can learn, but we're salespeople. And as the salesperson in that house, we need to know what's going on in that neighborhood. Very simply, as real estate agents, we have access to our MLS, and we can pull all of the comps. We can learn what's happened in that neighborhood over the last year, over the last 6 months, whatever time period is valid for your market. And so that we can speak to how this home is priced. We can also speak to other homes in case our home doesn't work for the buyer who walks in the door. What you'll find is that if somebody wants a different bedroom, bathroom layout, whatever it is, when you know the market, they're going to ask you for more information, they're going to want more information, and you're going to have something to follow up with. So if you do those 3 simple things, or if you're a team leader, if you're not the agent, prepping your team to do those 3 simple things will end up giving them a huge leg up over the rest. From there, the work really begins. We are prepared and we are ready. We know that buyers are people do business with those who they like and know and trust. So we've just come in and we've shown them that we are somebody they know. They've met us. It's a have met. And we've told them that we know all the information about the community, so we've built trust. But when we go to get started at that open house, we actually have to get to work. And some of the things that we want to do is, we've spent all this time to prepare, we need to raise our energy. Same thing as that retail store. If you walk into an open house and somebody's sitting down reading or they're uninterested, that's going to give the wrong signal to the buyer. It's not so much of a commission breath you want to sell them a house today, but it's truly being genuine and authentic to get to know these people. And when you get to your house, raise your energy and are prepared to greet them and ask questions, you're going to start in your relationship. So when we arrive at that house, first thing we do is take a breath, make sure that we are in a good place. Then we're going to be very purposeful with what we're doing there. If you are not already very comfortable with open houses, they're scary. You don't know who's going to walk in, what they're going to ask. And so if you've been prepared with all the information ahead of time, you know how to answer most of their questions. So it's really wonderful when they ask you a question that you don't have the answer to, because you've already built that trust and you have a way to follow up with them. Your goal will be able to practice dialogue with people in your team, people who you like and know and trust that are not buyers, so that when you're prepared to go into these homes, you're going to learn how to greet, how to meet and greet, and start asking questions that are comfortable questions in a very comfortable dialogue so that you can build rapport with these buyers, lookers. You don't typically want to ask yes or no answer questions, but answer questions that evoke conversation. As you start to build the trust with them, because you've shown up, your energy is high, you're knowledgeable, you're not coming in so hard as a salesperson, but more of a trusted expert in the field, then you're able to go ahead and start asking them stronger questions. You want to know if they want to buy the house. I try to size people up in the first 60 seconds. Are they a neighbor? Are they a friend of the seller? What's the purpose of it? Every single one of them is valuable. Very valuable because you are going to add them to your database. So you want to get in those conversations and rank them so that you know whether you're going to spend time talking with them or whether you're going to let them know that you're so thrilled that they showed up and that you're going to be back in touch with them later. And from there, you've gone ahead, raised your energy, you've gotten into dialogue, you're asking questions. What you want to do is be able to provide items of value. When you know your neighborhood, often people want to know of homes that this home didn't work for them. They're going to want to know about other homes. So being prepared with that list of other homes is twofold. When you enter into that dialogue, you can let people know that you're happy to show them this other home later, let them know about it, and they may say, gosh, that's exactly what I'm looking for. Can you show me? Yes, I can show you right after this open house. The important thing is being able to get their contact information. Some people are very comfortable with sign-in sheets. Everybody who walks in the door, they get a name, an email address, and a phone number, and there are easy ways to do that. For some people, that's not their comfort zone. So getting into dialogue and having somebody ask a question that they don't know the answer to, after they know almost everything, is a great way to text them saying, hey, I'll get you that answer right after my open house. What's your phone number? I'll text you right now. And you'll say, and what was your name? John Smith? John, great. Once again, I'm Lacey. I'm going to go ahead and text you right now so you have my phone number, and I'll provide you with the information right after. Hi, John, it's Lacey. I'll get back with you with a paint color immediately after this open house. Or, hi, John, let's go see 123 ABC Street at 4:15. Here's my number in case I miss you. You always want to have contact information. So really what we've gone ahead is we've raised our energy. We're asking great questions. We're getting into dialogue to find out if they're a buyer today or later. And then we have a purpose with that. The purpose of our open houses are, of course, number one, to sell that house today. And that's a bonus if you're able to sell that house today or another today. If not, from your open house, the main purpose is to build your network of people who you know. If, again, people do real estate with those who they know and like and trust, if you're able to build a database, somebody who you can reach out to, you will be building business for life. That's why I call this the foundation of our business. While we do get lucky at open houses and we sell at that open house or sell to somebody we met at that open house, that particular house, we also sell a lot of real estate after that open house because our purpose is to go ahead and meet people. In this day and age where people want to have connection, when they meet you at that open house and you follow up regularly, you'll be able to develop relationships that turn into lifelong customers, clients, as well as repeat and referral sources. Today, most of our business is from repeat and referral, and we still do the open houses, and we still build business out of it. So as you're going through and doing that, what are you going to do with these names? We've decided there's 3 things we do to prepare for the open house. Those are our actionables. We get there, we raise our energy, we ask good questions. We're getting contact information for people. We are trying to establish what their needs are and what they are long-term, short-term. And then what are we going to do with that? Now we're in the final phase of what our plan is. From that open house, it's so important, even if it's your first one, that you create a system of what you're going to do with that information after. There's no reason to do an open house if you're not going to follow up. No reason at all. In fact, you can probably lose business from that. But if you go to it and you have a purpose and you either have a notepad, you put it in your phone, you text yourself, whatever it is, want to make sure that you're following up with those people. So in the beginning, we used to just literally write it on a piece of paper. Afterward, we had all of our sign-in sheets, and we went back, and the next day, we went ahead and put them in they weren't even CRMs like we know them today, but we put them in a database. It's okay if all you use is a piece of paper. It's okay if all you use is a spreadsheet to start. It's just so important that you have a system of how you're going to follow up with these people. Then, as you become a little bit further versed and you're doing more, you'll lose track of them if you're just leaving them in a spreadsheet or a piece of paper. So growing it into a CRM is going to be very, very important. So in your CRM, you really are going to need to create a system that you can rely on. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel for each of those buyers that come through. So you have smart plans that you can put in so that you know when to call, text, email, stay in contact with these people. But that's really what you're looking for in your open house. That's the one thing that you want to take away from it is building relationships, following up with those relationships, and creating business out of that. Most agents don't follow up. They might follow up 1 or 2 or 3 times, but if you're able to follow that system and follow up with your people consistently, you will build a business for life out of your open houses. And that's what we have found has been our greatest success. What we've done since then is we've done just a 10x of our open houses, and it is on one of the MREA podcasts. I believe it's number 40. Or if knowing the basics, the 1, 2, 3 of how you prepare, and the 5, 6 items that we do once we're there, I can send those to you, or I can send you our whole system. For us, we had to systemize everything. And in your career, if you're a newer agent, I recommend that. Anything you're going to do more than once, create a system out of it. We have an incredible open house system where we do this not only for one house, but we do a minimum of 6 houses every Sunday from 1 to 4. So what we've done is created a consistent program. We've committed ourselves to it. We know how to prepare for it. We know how to follow up after it. But we also know how to track our results, how to inspect what we expect. So if we aren't getting what we want from those open houses, we look back and we wonder what we can do differently. Every time you have a conversation that doesn't work or somebody who you thought was a client that doesn't go through, it's really a great learning opportunity to learn from and tweak and change your responses. So being able to put this into play, create a system around it, I believe will change your career. If you're interested in learning about our systems or copying our systems, I learned it from another Keller Williams agent about 14 years ago. We're happy to share. My name's not an easy one, but it's Lysi, spelled Lysi, @lycibishop.com. If you email me and tell me that you want a copy of our program for our open house tour, I'll send you exactly what we do. If you just want notes of I'm a newer agent, I want the 3 things to prepare bullet pointed out, and I want to know the 5 things that you do at your open house, the 6th being follow-up, happy to send that out to you. I'm down to 38 seconds, so I need to close up. Thank you for being here. I hope that you will put some of these plays into practice and that you'll have an incredible career doing open houses. Thank you very much.